Do you find it hard to stay consistent in a business? It's like you're stuck in a cycle of starting a new business only to quit after a few months later when the excitement fades. So it's like you start strong, whether that's launching Etsy shops, joining coaching programs, selling digital products, but then like clockwork, you walk away and start over. Hello, this was me for a very, very long time. If that's also you, this video is going to speak directly to your soul. We're talking about God and business and why you struggle to stay consistent and how to finally break the cycle for good. I'm also going to talk about how following your excitement is actually terrible advice and why this leads to constant confusion, especially if you are creative or multi-passionate. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Lauren Keys, and as someone who's jumped from business to business for many years, I know the confusion, the frustration, the indecision, and the overthinking all too well. I was constantly sabotaging my business dreams by not committing to something long enough to actually see it through. But I've discovered the roots of this pattern, and more importantly, the breakthrough that comes when you invite God into the process. So let's get into today's video. So let's begin with why this keeps happening in the first place. So I'm going to break down the roots of this pattern. So first of all, the personal development world loves to say things like follow what lights you up. If it doesn't excite you, don't do it, right? Your excitement is your compass. And while that might sound cute and feel good for a minute, it's not biblical and it's not sustainable. So here's what's actually happening. Excitement is emotional, not eternal. So excitement, it's a feeling. It comes, it goes. But your calling, your assignment, what God put you on this planet for, that is what's rooted in purpose, not emotion. So when you build based on feeling excited, you'll always quit the moment that feeling fades because you weren't anchored into vision or obedience. Those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. Romans 8:14. Not led by vibes, not led by excitement, but led by the Spirit. So excitement often bypasses discernment. You feel a spark and immediately you think, oh my gosh, this must be it. I just feel so excited by this. And this was literally me for so many things. But here's the thing, that spark doesn't mean that you're called to pursue it right now. Sometimes excitement is just curiosity, not confirmation. And if you're constantly chasing that emotional high, you'll start confusing inspiration with instruction, and that leads to chaos, inconsistency, and confusion. Excitement doesn't build roots, commitment does, right? God isn't looking for people who start fast. He's looking for people who can stay faithful. So when we jump from one exciting business idea to the next, we never stick around long enough to build depth, trust, or impact. It's surface level hustle with no lasting fruit. Now, I bet that was something that you've not heard before, especially if you've been heavily involved in the personal development world like I once was. This was one huge revelation to me because basically I lived my entire life based on what excited me, and no wonder I was constantly spinning my wheels. So another root cause of this problem is you believe there's one perfect business, and if it's not 100% right, you should jump. But what's really going on beneath this is you're believing a calling myth, right? That says there's this unspoken belief that says God has one exact business model for me, and if I don't figure it out or get it right, I've failed. And it's this intense pressure to get it perfect, right? The perfect niche, the perfect message, the perfect platform, the perfect timeline, before you take action. But here's the truth. God leads in layers. He often refines your calling as you move, as you take action in faith. And there is not one perfect business. There are seasons of assignments. This was huge for me, right? You're not being tested on perfection. You're being formed through obedience. And guess what? Obedience isn't always comfortable, but it's always clarifying. Another root problem is you may be treating discomfort as a red flag instead of a growth sign. So when a business idea gets hard, you assume maybe this wasn't from God, maybe I missed it. So there you go again, you jump ship chasing another business, course, or project, thinking that ease equals confirmation. Sometimes that discomfort, it's not a sign that you're out of alignment, but that you are being stretched, you're being grown. And then there's this, you fear choosing wrong more than you trust God's ability to redirect you. So here's a revelation, right? You will not ruin your life or miss your purpose by choosing the wrong business. God's not fragile. He's not sitting on the throne stressing over whether you do Etsy or coaching or digital marketing or whatever, right? If your heart is surrendered, he'll guide, adjust, and develop you through the doing. So here's what God wants you to know. He wants you to know that he builds in seasons, not flashes. You're not lost, you're not broken, you're just undisciplined in your focus. That's it. He's not asking for the perfect path, he's asking for obedience in motion. He's more interested in the character you're becoming than you choosing the perfect business idea. God's not hiding his will from you. He doesn't play guessing games. His word clearly says, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path, which is Psalm 119, 105. And notice here that it says it's a lamp to your feet, not a spotlight for the whole freeway. God gives you the next step, not always the whole plan. Okay, so how do we break the cycle of self-sabotage in business? Well, this isn't about being more disciplined, it's about being more aligned. That's the key here, right? So these are spiritually strategic ways to disrupt the cycle of starting over every few months. So you want to commit to one offer, one message, and one platform for the next 90 days. This is about focus, not finality. You're not locking yourself into something forever. It's just for now. You're giving yourself that space to commit, grow, and get feedback. Think of it like this. One offer, what transformation can you help someone with right now? One message, what do you want to be known for in this season, not forever? One platform, where can you show up consistently with peace, okay? And why this works is because it removes pressure, it reduces distraction, and it helps you build momentum. You'll learn more in 90 days of focus action than 9 months of second guessing. All right. Number 2, you want to stop pivoting when things get uncomfortable. So lean in and learn, because here's the truth. All growth is going to feel awkward at first. Just because you hit resistance, it doesn't mean you're on the wrong path and that you should give up. It might actually mean that you're getting stronger. The discomfort is development. God is not trying to make it easy. He's trying to make you equipped. So don't pivot away from discomfort. Pivot towards discipline, character, and consistency. Number 3, build a brand that evolves around you. And I'm so excited to share this, okay? So you want to do this so you never have to start over again. So instead of boxing yourself into one narrow niche, build your business around your voice, your story, your values, and your gifts. Give yourself permission to shift within your brand, not out of it, right? So here's a practical rhythm. So for Q1, you could focus on clarity, mindset, content, offers. Quarter 2 is business strategy, coaching, maybe content creation. Quarter 3, maybe teach marketing, social media, passive income. And then quarter 4, you could do a challenge, launch a group offer. I'm just giving you examples here. But that way, your audience follows your rhythm, you enjoy what you're doing, and you don't have to keep jumping from business idea to business. You're not scattered, you're layered. So you build a brand that can hold your evolution. Clarity is not found in thinking. Clarity is formed through motion, through faith in action. God's not going to drop a 5-year business plan in your prayer time. He's going to guide you through each faithful step that you're brave enough to take. As it says, the steps of a righteous man, woman, are ordered by the Lord. Psalm 37:23. Not the plans, the steps. And guys, let me know in the comments, like, which bits of this video are really hitting home and you're like, oh my gosh, I needed to know that. Let me know in the comments. Now, if you love this video and you want more of this, hit that like button and subscribe.